Welcome back. Now, the basic part of an automation requires that you have an action. And what you're going to see here is that there's a section here for actions. Now, between the trigger and action, you can have a filter. So, for example, you're going to see here some of the filters that you can use, and you'll find that these are going to be more advanced concepts. You can also add in tags and scoring if that's what you are doing. What we're going to do is we're going to add in a basic action. We have said that when an individual is subscribed to a specific list via a website, we want to have something specific happen. And you'll see some of the actions that we have available. We can use wait time. So for example, we can drag and drop wait time here in this area. We can then click on the wait time. We can then set the properties. So for example, we can say that we want this process to cause the automation before it moves on to wait for at least 1 day. Once we have determined that, what we can do is we can then connect the action to the trigger. We can then set another action in motion. What we can do is we can say what we want to have happen is we want to send the individual a specific message. So we can drag and drop messages here. We can click on messages, and we can use one of the messages that we have available from an autoresponder. We can further customize this message. So basically what we have done is we've said that when an individual subscribes, becomes part of our list, and comes from a website, we can have that individual send a specific message. All we'll need to do then is to connect these two elements for this to set in motion. We can finalize the process by having this individual tagged, because once we tag an individual, what we can do is we can then set off another set of automations in other cases. So what we can do is we can drag in a tag. We can then click on the element. We can then assign this individual a specific tag. We can create the tag. We can then click add. So basically, this individual, once they go through this set of actions, is going to be given a specific tag. And once we have set this individual with a specific tag, we can set off future automations with this specific grouping of individuals. So you have a lot of latitude when it comes to setting automations. And it's a good idea to begin looking at a worksheet to see what is possible. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.